All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC and we'll talk about alt season, right? For a potential alt pump over the next like a couple of weeks or even like a month, depending on the volatility and all that good stuff, right? So it is April 1st, 2022, 11:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So let me make sure the sound is good, right? Before before we dive into the analysis for BTC, right? On the macro level, all the way down to the lower degree and all that good stuff, right? So make sure to hit the likes, guys. So if you just join the live stream, don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe to the channel. Join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join the Discord public group, link in the description and all that good stuff, right? And we got 50% discount for the premium group, right? So if you're looking to join the premium group, we got 50% cut till next week, okay, next Sunday, right? So now we got Craig in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey Craig. Quiet Cook in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Craig, we will talk about the 1 inch, all right? And Dogecoin also, right? And Link, right? I know you will link Moonboy too, right? So all right guys, so now it is Q2, okay? I know most of you guys pretty excited, right? It is already Q2 and Q1 was pretty volatile. So if you were trading the right, if you were trading the right direction during the during the downtrend and you accumulated at the monthly 21 EMA, you're probably doing great. So you shouldn't be worrying about BTC being above 40k, or even BTC being above 52. You're not missing out anything because you did the right thing. After we broke out below below the 3D 21, you stayed bearish. After we hit our monthly 21, you stayed very accumulative and being cautious and accumulating the dips, okay, and all that good stuff. So it is very important to think about BTC in terms of the macro view, because we got so much noise out there, okay? Sometimes I can go weeks, okay, without watching any YouTube, like YouTube technical analysis and all that good stuff, because it is so much noise, like so you got so many bears calling for 1k, like the 10k bear is still waiting for 10k right now. He's in a cave, right? We haven't seen him for a while. And you got Moon Boys calling for 100k in 2022 and all that good stuff. So a lot of noise. You got to filter all those noise and all that good stuff. You gotta be able to filter all of them out and stay with the proper setup and proper trend, okay? So if you take a look at BTC, you can take a look at it also in a 6-month time frame, right? So it looks better in a 6 month, as you can see right here. Over the last 6 months right there, we stayed bullish, right? The last time we got a bearish 6-month candle was like back in 2019. So it's been like what, over 4 candles, okay? And now we're looking to close our 5th candle. So this candle will close in July, right? June actually, okay? By July we will get a new candle. Could we basically take out 70k before July? That's possible on a 6-month basis, okay? That's possible. But one thing I do not think is like BTC taking out like the 8k, 10k and all that good stuff on the macro level. So it is not, it doesn't look like, when you take a look at it on 3-month, 4-month, even the 4-month cycle looks pretty juicy, okay? Take a look at the 4-month cycle. Last time we got like 3 bearish consecutive monthly 4-month cycles, bearish, or was like back in 2018, okay? So right now we got 1 more month to close the 4-month cycle, not the 3-month, but the 4-month cycle. So it doesn't matter if even if it closes bearish, right? It is still going to be a good sign, because we know if we take a look at BTC 12 years history, right, it is pretty hard to find like a 4-month let me rephrase it, right. It is hard to find, right, a full consecutive bearish 4-month cycle. Okay, we never talk about the 4-month cycle, but I've been paying attention to it, so I just wanted to throw it out there, right? So last right here back in 2014 2015 we only got 3. Right here we got 3, and right now we only got 2. So, and we're not even in a complete bear market. Okay, so something to keep in mind, right? But if we go back to the 3-month cycle, the quarterly cycle, what we've been saying was like, as long as, okay, we can stay above the 30k, that's going to be great. As long as, you know, bears are basically keeping the price below 57k, we could struggle to break above the 57k on a quarterly basis. However, over the next like a few quarters, if we take out 57k, not even 70k guys, not 50k, not 55, but 57k, if we take out 57k on a quarterly basis, the probability of BTC going much higher, right, up to the next Fibonacci, up to 180, going to be pretty high, right? So we're still in range between 65 to 30k. So technically, okay, it is just a sideways correction, even though the pump looks nice from the 33 all the way up to 48. It is a nice pump, but we've seen this type of dump too, right? Dump from like a 52 down to 35. It was a nice dump. So we're still in range, right, until we take out really 57k to continue what, the uptrend. Okay, to continue the uptrend. Remember, it is only a sideways correction. Okay, we cannot say reversal until we break out really below 30k. That's when we're going to say a reversal from the previous big trend. But as of now, the only thing we can say is support and continuation. Support and continuation. That's the tricky part regarding the 12-month cycle, because most people have been bearish after we close below 44. Now they have to flip bullish. If we close back below 44, they're going to be bearish. So BTC could be driving them crazy. Okay, so something to basically keep in mind going forward, right? So let me know what you think. If you think like BTC will close above 57k this quarter, that's going to be great, right? But we will see. We will find out in 3 months if we're going to be able to close above 57k on the quarterly cycle. Okay, just like gold, I've been saying gold needed to close above 1914 on a monthly basis, but I changed my mind and said, okay, it has to close above the above 1914 on a quarterly basis. So we will take a look at gold sometimes this week and all that good stuff, right? So now let's go ahead and dive into the monthly cycle. So the monthly cycle closed nice. Okay, I was thinking like bears, okay, could try to take a cheap shot and dump the price before the monthly close, right? But they didn't. Okay, so the monthly looked okay, good, right, after the monthly close. Even on the quarterly cycle, they took a cheap shot. Okay, meaning like right before the quarterly close, right, they basically dumped the price to close it bearish. So but it is still okay because we know what happened, right? So we just have to stay with the current trend. But we wanted the quarterly cycle to flip bullish. That would be better, but it is not a bad sign really. Okay, it is red, but it is, it could have been worse. Okay, if we did close like, let's say, below 33 or 34, but it is still okay. All right, so bears just took a cheap shot the last 6 hours, I think 4 hours of the daily, last 12 hours of the quarterly cycle. They basically just dumped the price and closed below 44. And we talk about it. Okay, we talk about it. We said let's just be cautious till we close the quarterly cycle, right? But the monthly looks, it looks still good. Okay, the only downside is like the volume. It is still not, participating in this uptrend. So we just don't know if BTC is going to break out to the upside with a big volume, right, in green, or if BTC is going to get rejected and bear is going to reject the price, and we're going to be retesting our monthly 50 EMA or quarterly 211 EMA. That's a big question we're trying to figure out and try to get an answer. Okay, so That's why I'm saying, like, until we close above 57 on a quarterly basis, we still not out of the woods. We still have to be very patient, right, until we take out 57k on on a quarterly basis. We do have some short-term resistances, right? We will talk about the 46 and 52k resistance, but I'm talking about the macro directional move. In order to get any any bull continuation over the next like a few months, we got to take out 57k. Okay, if we can close above 57 on a quarterly basis, let's say before July, right, we close above 57, we could say goodbye to everyone and pack our bags for the next like a 6 month, because it could be volatile. Okay, it could be volatile. So if you take a look at the move we got right here, back in October, if you guys remember what I said, right, if BTC closes above 10.5, right, by October 20th, right, on the 50-day cycle, just suck it up. Don't do anything. Don't try to be bearish and trying to be a hero and trying to go against the trend, because I was bearish right here, and I had all the right to be bearish. It was a strong bearish resistance, right? So we were bearish, right, until BTC took out the 10.5 on the 50-day cycle, not on the monthly but on the 50-day cycle, right? And the reason for the 50-day was like the 50-day cycle was going to close, right, on October 26, okay, something like that. Okay, October 26, and we got a new cycle October 20th. So if you recall what I said back then, was like zero resistance. I was saying like BTC doesn't have any resistance, and most people were looking for like 14k, 20k, and all that good stuff. I was saying like zero resistance. Okay, we will basically take out 14k, 20k, and all that good stuff pretty easily, and that's exactly what happened, right? And if you take a look at it in terms of timing, it only pumped like 6 months. So BTC doesn't need like it doesn't need like 12 months, 13 months, 14 months to get the job done. Okay, so that's why I'm saying when we get those like 50% pullbacks, right, around the monthly 21, monthly 50 EMA, it is a good time to be reaccumulating, because you just don't know when BTC is going to be taking out like the next resistance, and over the next like a 3 to 4 months, 6 months, it could go like a 3 to 5x. And the only thing you're going to be doing is saying like, I'm going to wait for a pullback, but you might be waiting for another 18 to 24 months for BTC to basically retest those prices you're looking for. Okay, because we've seen it before back in October, October, November 2020, when BTC pumped like all the way up to like, let's say 20k, 24k, right? Most bears been saying like, okay, we're going to wait for the weekly 21 EMA. Okay, so actually BTC was right here around like 18k, and most bears, right, been saying, oh, we're going to be retesting like the weekly 21 EMA, retest the previous resistance and use it as a support and all that good stuff. I was saying like, guys, it doesn't work that way. Okay, the probability of BTC going all the way up to 44k, it is much higher, okay, than basically retesting like the weekly 21. And if you really think about it, right, we hit our target right here, 41, 42k, and corrected down. And what I was saying right here, right, was like we're going to the moon. If you guys recall the first week of January, something like that, January 2021, right, when most bears, right, were looking for lower prices down to the weekly 21, we said, okay guys, we're not going down to the weekly 21. We're going to be pushing higher. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. So if we take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks basis, right now it looks pretty strong, guys. It looks pretty strong, and bears got to show up to destroy the bullishness. Beside that, right, we're still looking pretty strong above the 3 weeks 21 EMA. So if bears can show up and drag the price below the 3 weeks 21, that could change a little bit, right, the bearish momentum, because we still got a bearish MACD. So bulls got to push higher, okay, to try to avoid the continuation. Okay, we want to get another bullish crossover. So bulls want to basically push higher to avoid the the continuation to the downside, right, for the MACD and all that good stuff, right? So going back to the weekly time frame, so the weekly looks good. Okay, we got a small shakeout last night, but it wasn't nothing but a retest of the weekly 21 EMA right here. Okay, retested like 44, and we said it. Okay, if you guys recall, when BTC was at, I think, like below 40k, we said once we take out 46 and pump probably up to like 47, 48, it will retest again the previous resistance, right? It will act as a temporary support to support the price. And what I was saying was like 6 hour 21 all the way down to the daily 21. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. So it is still looking good. MACD, it is positive on a weekly basis, and bulls above the weekly 21. Bears can call all kind of lower prices they want to call, right? But as long as these indicators, as long as these indicators are pointing up, right, it is not much I can do. Okay, it is not much I can do but to stay with the trend until we basically get another reversal pattern. Because I was bearish right here, and if you recall, guys, most bulls been saying like, oh, we're going up, but I was bearish right here at 52. Even right after we dumped below 52.7 back in December, the first week of December, what I said was like we're dumping down to 40k, and that's exactly what happened. We bounced back up, and I was still bearish. Okay, I was still bearish all the way down to the weekly 100 EMA. So you go out there and tell me, show me, right, who was bearish right there and was saying accumulate right there. Okay, the move from here 52 all the way down to the weekly 100 EMA, and I tweeted it. Okay, and I said, okay, BTC is at the weekly 100 EMA. Okay, and at the same time we hit what, the monthly 21 EMA. Okay, so I know it is, it is a macro view. So you might be buying at the monthly 21, but you're not going to see any results, right, till probably like 90 days later. Okay, so if the volatility is low, okay, if the volatility is low, okay, but if the volatility is high, within few weeks, most of the time BTC can get the job done and all that good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on the 3D. So the 3D basis, it is looking very, very good, guys. I just don't know what to say. Okay, it is looking good. Once again, I'm not trying to pump the price, right? I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying what I see. I was bearish right here, guys. Okay, I was very bearish. I was saying we're going down. Okay, we closed below the 3D 21. Let's just suck it up until we get another candle opening and closing above the 3D 21. Most of you guys know that by now. Okay, so, and that's exactly what we got right here. So, and we got like what, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our fourth candle. Okay, opening, trying to open and close above the 3D 21. So it is still looking good, and the 3D 21 going to be, if we're going to get a strong uptrend, the 3D 21 going to play a very important role. You just got to keep an eye on it over the next, like, let's say 3 to 5 months, depending on if BTC will take out 52 and then take out 57. You got to keep an eye on your 3D 21. It is going to be your best friend, not the 6 hour as of now. Okay, not the daily, not the weekly, but the 3D time frame. Once we start a big uptrend, it is going to be your best friend. Okay, because it will give you at least, ahead of time, right, when market will most likely going to start to shift and all that good stuff. Okay, so, and right there, back in May 2020, we talked about it. Okay, I was like, be cautious right here. We closed, we open and close below the 3D 21. Okay, and MACD was already negative. Okay, right there we did not hesitate. Okay, right here we were very aggressive at 33, even before we open and close above it, because we knew what was going on in this range. Okay, right there we were very aggressive. Okay, it took out 52, bang, no, you don't have no business to be bullish right there. Okay, you stay bearish. Right here we've been very aggressive starting like the 3rd weeks of March. Okay, we've been very aggressive, especially on alt. Okay, most of our alt setups pump like 40, 50, 60%. Some of them already gone up like 250%, 300%, something like that, right? Zilliqa. Okay, so if you've been holding Zilliqa over the last 3 months, right, you know, you're looking good. Okay, you're looking good at least against both against the dollar and against BTC and all that good stuff. So the 3D time frame, it is looking good. MACD, as I said, if you know MACD flips bullish right there, it is going to give bears a tough time. Okay, remember I said it, and I was saying at the same time the first retest of the 21 EMA, right? I was like, well, guys, be cautious. Okay, MACD is bullish. I know we above the 3D 21, but it is likely to retest the lows, just like what happened right here. Okay, and I showed you the example. Okay, the first week of July, right? That pump, we basically ended up dumping back down to retest the low. Okay, and then broke out to the upside, and that's when we said, okay, that's our first take profits, and let's get back in, you know, 4975 down to 38.2, and basically get back in. It broke out. You take a long, stay with the trend, get out after the breakout below 60k. Okay, so as of now it looks good, but I like alt, right? I like alt better. Alt setups are looking much better as of now, right? BTC is behaving properly. Some of these alt, like, you know, Link, Matic, XTZ, 1 inch, Dogecoin, XLM, and Sand could be taken over for the next you know, alt mini pump. Okay, it could be a mega pump, but we will see if some of these alt could basically get the transition between mini season, right, to alt mega season, right? So basically the 2D now looks good, right? I like the 2D, right? It is, you know, price action is above the histogram, and we've been consolidating over the last few weeks, so it is looking good. Okay, we got a small flat correction right here. You could look at it as a WXY correction. I know most bears are calling for these, probably calling for this WXY correction. It is probable, right? Possible, but the you know, these indicators got to tell us, right, if this guy is going to play out. It is a bearish setup, right? It is a bearish, if you want to look at it that way, it is a bearish setup. Okay, you could look at it as a W, right, X and Y correction right here, and you could be looking for your dump to the downside. So if you're bearish, you know, you still got a chance for BTC to reverse. However, we got to watch our indicators. Okay, got to watch our indicators. These indicators right here, especially on the 2D up to 3D, they got to flip negative, right? They got to flip negative. But at the same time, you got to remember your weekly MACD is already negative, so you don't want to, is already positive, so you don't want to be too negative. Okay, you don't want to be too bearish. Okay, you don't want to be too bearish. Okay, something to keep in mind, right? But just to throw it out there, right, it is a you know, it is a WXY correction, right? If we were in a bear market, I wouldn't hesitate, right, to be bearish with this setup. Okay, but everything looks good as of now on the 3D, so it is hard, okay, to challenge any bearish setup. Okay, remember, whenever you get a bullish setup, okay, within your bullish setup you can still find a bearish setup, but sometimes you have to basically understand what's going on. Okay, try to understand the market sentiment and make sure to pick the right direction. Okay, other than, you know, if not, right, you might be picking the wrong direction easily. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to be always right, because this market will, you know, sometimes prove you wrong and invalidate your setups, and you just put a stop loss and wait for the next setups and all that good stuff. Okay, but at least if you understand the overall market sentiment, it'll allow you to pick the right direction, you know, in a short to medium term, right? Medium term time frame and all that good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and dive into the daily time frame. Daily doesn't look bad. Okay, MACD, it is still pointing up. RSI, it is still looking good. It is not creating a lot of noise, so it is still looking pretty good. So I don't see anything bearish yet on the daily RSI, right, and on the daily MACD. Okay, so price action, it is still above the daily 21. We retested yesterday the daily 21 right there at 44. Okay, and we talk about these prices. We said after we break out above 46, we will likely retest like the 6 hour 21 down to the daily 21 EMA. So now let's go ahead and dive into the 12 hours. So the 12-hour time frame, okay, it is negative. I know most of you guys are going to be like, Sen, we're going to dump the 12-hour time frame is negative, okay? But I tried to explain it. During my last live stream. Okay, I said the weekly time frame is positive. Okay, the weekly time frame looks good. Okay, the 3 weeks time frame looks good. Okay, the 3D time frame looks good. 2D time frame looks good. Okay, daily looks Julish. Okay, it looks good, not Julish. Okay, so you can't rely on your 6 hour up to 12 hour to give you a reversal yet. Okay, you can't rely on them. Like for instance, I like the 6 hour to 6 hour up to 12 hour time frame, right? Especially the 6 hour time frame. But remember, after we cross negative right here, I wasn't basically calling for a dump or anything, but in a bear trend, right, if we take out like the 6 hour 21, right, with a negative MACD, I'm bearish. You guys know that. But we in a a big uptrend, right, on the weekly, 3D, 2D, and all that good stuff. So I can't just rely on the 6 hour time frame. So the 6 hour time frame will give me opportunities to buy the dips, not to sell the dips. You see what I'm saying? Okay, like what happened right here, right? What happened right here, okay? After we dump right here, you can see like BTC dump straight down. MACD negative, right? Price action below the 21 EMA, we dump all the way down to 34. And what we said, buy at 35 to 34. Do not buy right here. And we were shorting Ether, right? From 3150 back then. If you take a look at it right here, right? Got rejected below the 21 EMA, right? MACD negative, what we said. Okay, second week of January, something like that. Okay, what we said, we're going to be dumping all the way down to 35. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, right here, if you guys recall what happened right there, right at 52k, right after we dumped below the 21, MACD was negative, right? We said, okay guys, it is time to buckle up, because we were already bearish at 52. So during an uptrend, so just to simplify it, right, during an uptrend, you cannot basically just rely on your 6 hour MACD being negative and you're going to short. No, you're going to get in trouble. It will give you opportunities, okay, to buy the dips, okay, okay, until we basically get a complete downtrend, right? You cannot basically just short on your 6 hour MACD being negative. Okay, so just wanted to throw it out there, right? Again, right? So 6 hour time frame doesn't look bad. We got support right here. It looks like a correction. I don't see anything crazy, so we will just wait over the next like a couple of days to see. Hey, what's up, Bob? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Sky Medium, thanks a lot for tuning in. The 3D 21 EMA is scoping up. Yeah, it looks good, Medium. Yeah, it looks like we could I mean, it is looking good. I just don't want to get overexcited about the pump, because with BTC, things can change in 1 second. Okay, tomorrow we might get a bad news, and the whole chart could get destroyed, and and once the chart is destroyed, it could take like another 2 to 3 months to build up another bullish pattern. So I just don't want to get too excited until we break out at least above 52. We know we will only need like another 10 to 15%, right? Then to stay above the 57k on the quarterly cycle, close above it, right? Alt could be pumping during that time frame, while BTC is staying between 50 to 57 for however long he wants to stay in that range, right? It wants to stay in that range. And alt could be getting a mega alt season, okay, and the BTC dominance could be dumping, right? That's possible. Okay, we just speculating. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but it is just a speculation. Okay, so do not basically go all in, because we're saying we can we're saying like it looks good in the short to medium term. Okay, not financial advice. So you have to take it very slow, you know, until we at least take out 57K on a quarterly basis, and the probability to go much higher will be, you know, to go much higher will be higher. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, the probability to go much higher will be higher. So yeah, so 6 hour time frame, I don't see anything crazy. Okay, we will, you know, we will just need our 6 hour MACD to flip bullish again, right? It could drag the you know, drag the momentum all the way down here. So it means like BTC could either give us a double top double bottom, or it could just give us a zigzag and retest the 6 hour 100 EMA. Right now the 6 hour 100 EMA, it is at 43.4, right? But it is a moving average, so you just don't know at what price level BTC will retest it if the MACD wants to drag down. Okay, but as of now, once again, I don't see anything crazy for BTC. It could be a choppy range. I just don't want to trade this range, right? But it could be a choppy range. I'm more interested in alt, because alt, you know, they are printing a better pattern in a short to medium term, okay, than BTC. BTC pattern is, I mean, it is looking good. It is not like a bad pattern, but it is looking good. It can definitely you know, push all the way up to 57, I mean 52, without having to consolidate again. Okay, that's what I mean, right? So let me take a look at the chat room to see if you guys have any question, right? We got Jordan Miller in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in, right? So Bob is saying, like, as long as they're not pulling an M pattern on us, we good. Yeah. Kashaki Satoshi, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. That's Satoshi out there, man. Satoshi. ICX USDT. Yeah, ICX, it is holding above the $1 range, but yeah, so we'll take a look at it. Sats. Hey, what's up, Mark? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Mark in the house. Crypto Moon Boy in the house, man. Crypto Moon Boy is asking, what is the best coin to buy right now with you know, 500K? I don't know, Dogecoin probably. Okay, put a $500,000 into Doge and sit tight, relax. I'm just joking, right? But but Doge is looking good. Okay. Jordan, you a Zeal Moon Boy. Oh, you're pretty happy with that recent Zilliqa pump, right? So congrats to all the Zeal, you know, Moon Boys. Make sure, guys, to huddle your VeChain, right? It could do something crazy in the next like a few months. I was hoping like, you know, it'll do it like in Q2, but the way Zilliqa is pumping and VeChain is losing value against Zilliqa, it could take a while, right? I'm just speculating if the volatility doesn't increase, right? But you know, if you've been following our group, you know, we've been shooting for what, 1,000 sats for Zilliqa, okay? I mean for VeChain, and 600 sats for Zilliqa, okay? So Zilliqa already hit the first target on the macro level, right? If you bought at 100 sats, you got to take some profits at 400 sats, at least like in 30 to 50%, okay? Just in case, okay, it retraces down to you know, 250, you know, 100 sats, whatever, it retraces down to you accumulate again, right? Jordan Miller says, yes, I made 15K. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, you got extra 15K to dump on Dogecoin. I'm just joking, man, but I'm not giving you any financial advice, but congrats, okay? All right. So now let's go ahead and dive into the alt mini season. Okay, the first one going to be Link USDT. So I think Jude Moonboy asked about Link last time. Okay, so Link, it is still looking good. All right, I like it on a 2D basis. It is likely to follow the rest of the crypto space, right? So we just got to take out the $19, and once we take out the $19, we could be looking for the 25 to 28, and 25 to $28. It is nothing but the yearly high. Okay, it is nothing but the yearly high. All right, BTC already took out the yearly high, so if Link going to gain some value against BTC, it is likely to retest at least 25 to 28 on average, 26, 27, give or take. Okay, it has a nice wedge pattern, and most of these wedge patterns over the last few days, they've been playing out beautifully. Okay, remember guys, we took the ICP Filecoin, ICP Filecoin, they had some wedge patterns, right? Yeah, I know Filecoin did have one. Okay, and ICP and some other wedge pattern like AXS. I did not send AXS, but I saw the wedge pattern before the breakout, right? And Aave, okay, also got a wedge pattern. So these wedge patterns over the last few days, they've been taken over. So Link could definitely join the crowd, and we could be looking for a potential move to $25 in April. Okay, so if everything looks good, but so many people like to trade parallel lines, so we could get a temporary tough time to break the daily to the 100 EMA. Okay, but in the short to medium term, we're getting a rejection from the daily 100 EMA, right? And if you're paying close attention, if you are paying close attention to what's going on, you can see like most of these alt, they taking a break at the daily 100 EMA. Okay, most of them they are. Some of them they just take a a daily break, and the next day they break out 25%. But Link, it is taking right now like 5 days break, around the daily 100 EMA. So it could definitely take care of business all the way up to the January highs. Okay, because our February highs is right around like $19, so it's already there. Okay, it is already there, right? So Link, it is still looking good. Okay, a nice bull divergence, right? Both on the RSI and MACD. Okay, so next one going to be Matic. So let's talk about support. Okay, just in case we get a pullback. Okay, so in terms of support, you could look at it in two ways. Okay, if you like Fibonacci, okay, you could say, oops, we could pull back 50% to 0.618, and that's, but assuming, okay, just assuming like 17.8 is the top. Okay, we could say, okay, 50% to a 0.618 going to be just about like a 14.5 down to a 13.7 range. Okay, just to get the temporary shake out all the moon boys, because MACD on a 2D basis is it is still positive, so any shakeout could just be a temporary shakeout. Okay, but as of now it is still a hold, right? For a potential not financial advice, for a potential move all the way to 25 to 28, right? And we just seen a move from $17 to $28 on Filecoin, so it is not like something impossible to do, right? So let's go ahead and move on to Matic. I didn't know Coinbase has Matic USDT. So Matic USDT, I think I talked about Matic during my previous live streams, right? So it is at the same time struggling, okay, to take out the daily 100 EMA right here. Okay, so we talked about Matic on the 21st, right, in my public group. So it is still up. It is not up 36%, but it is still up 13%. It is moving slow, but you know, since the 21st, okay, over 10 days now, okay, it's only up 13%, while, you know, ICP, Filecoin, NIA, Balance, and all of them, they pump a lot, okay. Even Tether, okay, pumped a lot. So it is still up just about 13%, but we could be you know, looking to retest the $2 just to create the big flat correction right here. Okay, that's the only thing I can see right now on Matic, right? It could go higher, right, up to like a 240, 250, but let's just try to take out $2 first, because it could consolidate right here, right, before going up higher, okay. But in the short to medium term, it is still a valid setup, right, for a move to $2 in the next like a few days, right? So XTZ USDT, so XD Tezos, so short-term Tezos, it is still playing out. We talked about Tezos you know, a few days ago when it was like in the mid 350s. Right now we're above $4. So the $4.50 going to be the temporary resistance. If the move is strong enough with the bull divergence right here, and MACD doesn't cross negative, at least on the daily, right, we could still take out or at least retest the $5.50 to a $6 range, okay. So next one going to be one inch, right? So 1 inch, another coin looking to take out the daily 100 EMA, right? So just like a link, right? So if we take out the daily 100 EMA, we could even go all the way up to the you know, December resistance, like somewhere around like $3, okay. So it is still looking pretty good, right? Still looking pretty good on the 2D. MACD looks pretty positive, right? Bang, okay, very aggressive. It looks like it wants to push all the way up to at least 250 over the next like a few days, right? A nice wedge pattern at the same time. We just don't want to take out like 140, 144 range, okay. That could give us a you know, temporary pullback, right, to even retest the bottom right here before doing something like that. That's possible, okay. So but the directional move in the short to medium term time frame, it is still up, regardless if, you know, we even retest the you know, 125 and all that good stuff, okay, because the 2D MACD, it is positive, okay. The worst case scenario is like if we get a, you know, another negative crossover and another positive crossover, just to get a stronger bull momentum, okay. But since like the alt momentum is pretty much very strong, it could take a cheap shot and get the job done all the way up to you know, even all the way up to $3, right there, okay. So next one, it is going to be, let's take a look at XLM before we talk about Dogecoin. So XLM, let's skip XLM, okay. Let's take a look at SAND. So SAND, because we talk about SAND Dust, SAND USDT, okay. So we talked about SAND a couple days ago. It is still holding pretty strong, guys. It is still holding. It retested the just about like 325 yesterday, right? Down like, it retested like 322, actually 320. So if you recall, during our last live stream, that's what I was saying, 335 to 322 going to be the support range, and just suck it up with a stop loss 295, because we got a move all the way up to 4.5 to 4.8. If we take out you know, 4.8, $5 range, right, we will you know, discuss further move to the upside. But short to medium term, you know, if you manage to jump in at, you know, mid $3, let's say mid 330, right, 330, 320, just have to be patient, because some people are trading the trend line resistance and they're going to get wrecked very soon, right? So if they don't put a stop loss, because this guy could, you know, pull a very aggressive move to the upside with the bullish divergence right here on the 2D basis, not on the daily, but on the 2D basis, guys. So that's very challenging. Okay, we take a look at the MACD on the daily. It is already above the histogram, and we just got to take out the daily 100 EMA once again. So the daily 100 EMA, it is a key indicator you got to watch within the next like a few days, because most alt, they're getting a temporary rejection at the daily 100 EMA. You could look at it on the 2D basis also, which is the same as your 2D 50 EMA, because you're doubling your time frame, you reducing half your moving average, right? So it is the same as your 2D 50, right? But looks pretty good both on the 2D and on the daily basis, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to Doge USDT. So Dogecoin, another coin, right, struggling to break out above the daily 100 EMA / 2D 50 EMA, right, depending on which time frame you want to use. Okay, it does have a nice wedge pattern, right? It is not classical like the rest of the wedge pattern we had, right, on on Link, right, or Filecoin got a descending triangle, but you get the concept. We did have a multiple wedge pattern that broke out to the upside, right? So nice wedge pattern on the macro level, right, from the top to the bottom. It is a wedge pattern, and it also has a not short term but ending diagonal, right, in a wedge pattern with a bullish divergence. Okay, so you got a macro bull divergence, right, and at the same time you got an ending diagonal with another bull divergence. So got to suck it up. Okay, got to suck it up. So we could be looking for a potential move to 20 cents, right? So if it breaks 20 to 22 cents, we could be looking for the 30 to 31 cents, right? So just don't want to take out like 11.6, right? If we take out 11.6, that could look ugly in a short to medium term to potentially even retest the trend line right here. But overall, right, the entire setup right here, it is a bull setup, because even in our premium we said to accumulate Doge at 13.5 down to 10.5. So it is still in profits right now, but in the short term, right, we could be looking for a short-term trade all the way up to 20 cents. But the macro trade, it is still a hold, right? Even if we retest like 10 cents, it is still going to be a hold to for the next like a big move for Doge. Okay, so don't confuse your short-term trade with your big bag trades and all that good stuff, right? So Doge, it is looking pretty good. Now let's go ahead and take a look at XLM. So XLM doesn't look so aggressive, right? I think the aggressiveness was right here, but doesn't look so aggressive, but it could follow the rest of the crypto, right? So short-term resistance for XLM somewhere around like 30 cents, right? The December resistance right here when BTC was at 52. Okay, so keep an eye on it over the next like a few days, right, in case it starts to make some noise. And at the same time, you guys know I like a double top double bottom, but you have noticed like I haven't been messing with these double top double bottoms because these guys gonna get you wrecked. Okay, if they bullish and you try to go with the double top double bottom. Okay, we did have one right here. As you can see, we still pump to the upside, right? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you might have your A set up and you might not take it and just go against it. Double top double bottom or double bottom double tops are my favorite setups, right? But as I've been saying, sometimes they can be they can form some bottom formation and reverse after that. So you don't want to basically mess with them, right? Especially on the 2D basis when you got a nice 2D bull divergence, right? You don't want to be too bearish. Yes, it can still do something like that where your MACD going to do something like that. Okay, which is going to be a triple bottom and a push to the upside. This is it, okay? But the overall directional move based on the MACD, it is up. You take a look at your RSI, right? We got a nice trend line right here, okay? So we could be creating a new trend line to the upside over the next like a few weeks or even like a few months, get this trend line all the way up to July, okay? And keep on pumping and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm not saying it will do something like that, but I'm just speculating, okay? We will see what XLM will do over the next like a few months. Okay, we got a macro double top, double bottom right here for a retest or even of 42 cents. But let's take out 30 cents first, okay? In the next like a few days or even like a few weeks, depending on volatility, okay? The 18 cents, right, on average 17 cents, it is still a good support in case we get a big shakeout like I just showed, right here, like I just showed you, right? In case we get this move and another big push right here, that's possible. But the directional move, it is starting to shift momentum, right? Because I said it when XLM was like 28 cents. I was telling you guys we could drop as low as 14 cents. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but and we dump all the way down to 16 cents, right? So keep that in mind, right? Sen, what do you think about Matic? We just talked about Matic. Yeah, Solana, we talked about Solana on the 21st when it was around like $90.88. So that move is AXS. I did not talk about it. I saw the pattern, but we were talking about so many setups. But I think I sent it in the Discord group, okay? Not Discord, but Telegram group, okay? Because I think like someone was saying like they got hacked or something like that. But what I was saying was like the setup is not that bearish, okay? Similar to XLM, right? The worst case scenario is like it create a potential triple bottom and go up to the $110. So if you are in our premium, we talk about AXS when this guy was around like above like I think like $90, something like that, right? On a 3D basis, right? After we dump below the 3D21, we talk about AXS dropping all the way down to the 55. So it is not, I'm not even surprised it is pumping right now because we talked about the dump a long time ago, okay? AXS. Same as FTM. When FTM was around like $2 to $14, we talked about FTM dropping all the way down to the low 105 to 95. We hit 104. Now it is above like 165. So you got to pay attention to those macro view, guys. Those 50% pullback and 60% pump, they're very profitable. Sometimes you just have to be very patient, right, to catch those big pullbacks. So Dogecoin 14 cents. So let's see what we're gonna get in the first week of April, right? It could be our next big move, right after Filecoin near Balancer. Let's go ahead and take a look at Balancer. So Balancer, it is still looking pretty good. It is not yet above the $19, right? But the main thing was like, we hit the target right from the 1165 all the way up to it pumped all the way up to like a 17. Okay, I was just being conservative, right? And was looking for like a 15.5, right? And it could even go all the way up to $19 to $20. So it is still looking pretty good on a 3D basis and on a 2D basis. Okay, so we already took out the daily 100 EMA, right? So it is still looking pretty good. Okay, So it could consolidate right here for the next like a few days, and we could be pumping all the way up to the you know, $19 to $20, right? XRP 589. I don't think Jude Moonboy is here today, so no XRP 589, man, not yet. Make sure to put your put your buy orders at 588, because 589 got a lot of resistance, so you might not get your orders filled, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to AKRO. So AKRO, if you watch our last live stream, I think it was the last live stream, right, a couple days ago, when sucker was around like 14 cents. What I was saying, guys, we could be pumping, our next upside resistance is all the way up to 0.022, right? And I was giving you second, okay? I think we talked about AKRO USDT, and then after that we talked about AKRO BTC, all right, which is my favorite setup, right? So yeah, the AKRO BTC entry at 30 sats right now. It is at 37. We already hit 39, looking for the 44 range, okay? A beautiful 57% move. It is still in profits. Everything looks good, 2D looks good. In terms of MACD, RSI looks pretty good. I was expecting the pop to the upside with the slight rejection on the 2D basis, right? It was a very aggressive move, but sometimes you just have to suck it up when you see a potential breakout, especially when market is hot, because market been very boring on the downside, right? Meaning like everything been dumping for the last 4 months. So if you see these big moves like 50%, 60%, you got to take advantage of them, okay? And that's exactly what we've been doing over the last 2 weeks. Since when? The 21st of March, okay? Less than 12 days, and we've been incredibly we've been calling some incredible moves with this alt, okay? AKRO, if you took the trade, congrats, right? It is already up, it is already up 25% and still got a lot to do, okay? A lot of work to do over the next like a few days, okay? So the best thing to do right now is just to suck it up, put a stop loss, okay? It was, we talk about it in our public group, so, and both in the premium group also, right? So Algo is looking good, so keep an eye on Algo. It could pop on a macro level. So the next pop for Algo might not even be a short-term setup. So because we got a target for Algo all the way up to $6, $7, right? So it could basically take a cheap shot, just like waves, right? And basically just get the job done and say, I'm done, okay? I'll see you guys in 2023, right? And all that good stuff. So Algo, it is still a good hold, guys. Don't sleep on it. It is in a macro double top, double bottom right here. It is in a macro consolidation, so this could be the bottom, okay? It could be the bottom unless it wants to create a wedge right here before pushing high. But overall, it does look, it does look good, okay, with the bullishness right here on our 2D MACD, okay? The daily looks pretty aggressive. It is already above the histogram, so we just need a pop. That's all we need. Bang, okay, all the way up to 150 and so on to get more confidence, right? We're going to be to get more confidence, we're going to be pushing high, right? But for I mean, bulls could be still pretty confident in this range, but if we take out the 130, that'll be a better breakout, all right? All right, let's take a look at ICX for Kashaki. PYR for Bob. Okay, so this one looks like yeah, it looks like a you know, I never seen this coin, but it looks like a mana. If you take a look at mana, I don't know if I talk about mana or not, but yeah, it looks like mana. Okay, nice wedge pattern right here, broke out to the upside, retesting the first week of February highs, right? So you add resistance right here, so I expect probably some consolidation, right? You already above your daily 100 EMA. Now it is a good time to rely on your Fibonacci's, right? So you could be pushing up to like $22 at 0.618 right there. Okay, so if alt stays you know, alt season stays healthy, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at Solana. Let's see Solana. Sol USDT, guys. We talked about Sol USDT last week. So if you're holding Sol USDT, right, you're looking pretty good. Okay, a nice 60% move. I talk about it right here on the 21st. Okay, during my weekly update for alt, right? Say suck it up, stop loss, just put it at the bottom. You know, you got a potential 60% move. Okay, once we take out the short-term resistance 103, then take out 120, 123, the rest going to be an easy ride for the bulls. And you can see like 60% move in less than 12 days, right? So if you want to join the you know, premium group, link in the description, join the Discord public group, send me a message, and you know, we got 50% discount, so you can join the premium group for the next like a few months and all that good stuff, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at ICX. Satoshi, I know you like ICX USDT, but I'm not a big fan of ICX USDT, to be honest, right? Okay, I'm not a big fan. It is still looking good. I've been watching it over the last few days, but I mean, you could draw the anti-bullishness from the July lows and draw a big, but I think that's going to be too much work. Let's just focus on the short-term bullishness right there. Okay, and you got, you know, sort of a wedge pattern trend line, so it looks pretty good. Okay, it looks good. 2D RSI, it is looking pretty aggressive, so you got a lot of you know, a lot of ground to cover, all the way up to potentially like 80, you know, 80 RSI, something like that, right? Depending on volatility. Okay, overall it looks good. It is a double top, right? Double bottom right here, so it is a flat correction. Okay, if we can hold, you know, the macro support right here over the next like a few weeks or even month, we got a pretty good shot, okay, to blast off. Okay, so a similar pattern right there. Okay, it looks really good. Okay, but I like ICX BTC because it has less noise and you don't have to worry too much about the noise, right? So the weekly MACD just flipped bullish, right? We try to take the weekly 21 EMA as of now. On a 3D basis, you know, we above the 3D 21, right? After retesting the 1400 sats, 1500 sats, so it looks good, man. A 3 years triple bottom right there, so it is nothing you can say you know, from the bulls, you know, after holding pretty strong over the last 3 years against BTC. You know, just got to take out like 5,000, just like I think like Sol. I saw this pattern on Sol, BTC, Phantasma. Okay, Phantasma, you take a look at Phantasma, been fantastic, right? Over the last 4 years, you got your low right there, another low right there, another low right there. So if you take a look at it in terms of macro view, right, all you needed to do, right, is just accumulate at the bottom. right here. Okay, right there. Okay, you missed the first bottom, right? You'll be like, okay, I missed the second one right here, I'm not gonna miss the third one. Okay, you can miss the first one, it is okay. You know, no one will basically bash you for missing the first bottom. The second bottom, they might be like, man, you should have, you know, sucked it up. Okay, but the third one, right, everyone gonna tell you got to suck it up. Okay, by the dips right here. So that's the same setup as ICX, right? ICX BTC. Okay, you got your first bottom right there. You missed it. Most of you guys remember when ICX pumped like 600%, right, back in January 2020, right? So that's why you guys love ICX, right? So you missed the first one, it is okay, you don't have to cry. The second one, you be like, oh man, you know, I was pretty much, you know, into the alt, so you know, that's why I couldn't get into ICX. But the third one right here, Sen Crypto was calling forever, rebuy ICX. Even right here, I was telling you buy ICX at 1400 sats. Okay, I was saying it right here, accumulate at 1400 sats. Okay, and we pump all the way up to 5,000. Yes, it wasn't like a 10x, but still, you got another shot. And sucker could be taking it all the way up to like 18,000. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Another bullish crossover on the 3D. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good right here also, right? So just suck it up for the next like 3 to 6 months. We could get the job done. If not, it could, you know, last another 12 months to basically retest 20,000 sats. Now the thing is, sometimes you know, it is easier to trade the BTC chart, really. Okay, especially when the BTC dominance is going up. Okay, it is I mean, I would say especially if the BTC dominance is going down. Okay, if the BTC dominance is going down, really down, it is easier to trade the you know, the BTC. I mean, you could also make an argument like when the BTC dominance is going up, RTUSD goes up also, right? You could make that argument. But sometimes some of these charts, right, it is much easier to just sit with the BTC chart, because you will get less noise. They can be like, let's say ICX can be between like 1500 sats to 2000 sats for a month. Okay, but the USD pair could be fluctuating like 50%, 60%, right? So you're not going to be panicking, because you know, versus BTC, right, it is only down probably like, you know, let's say 15-20%, right? But in dollar, it might be down like 50-60%. But if you only look at the dollar, you might be selling too soon. I mean, 60% might be late, but you know, you get the concept. Okay, you get the concept. All right, guys, so I think it is already 1 hour of live streaming. I'm just gonna suck it up, call it a night, and I will update the this month. I'm gonna try to update the BTC road to 180k. The last, I mean, I don't think I did one in February. I was procrastinating and never get the chance to to do it, but I will do it this month. Okay, BTC road to 180k and all that good stuff. It's going to be a review of the macro directional move, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description, or the Discord public group. If you're looking to join Send Premium, you can just send me a message. We got 50% discount until next Sunday, okay? You know, the 9th, right? Thanks a lot, guys. This guy Jordan Miller say, thank you, son. Name my first child after you. Oh, son is not my real name. But thanks a lot, okay? All right.